Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back. You already know that my name is Lightworker Whit, and I'm so excited to get into your May forecast for 2025. Now, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I feel like I say that every month, but you know, I'm growing and learning as I go to make this more efficient as I am building this YouTube channel. So I really like what I did for the rest of April forecast, where I pre-shuffled everything and then I started recording. I think I'm going to do that again as well, just to cut out a little bit of the fluff. And I don't know if you guys like that time. In my head, it makes it more real and more one-on-one to see me shuffle in the moment. But because I have so many videos to export, it's more video content that needs to get exported. And the lengthier the video is, the longer it takes to export. And I'm just interested in seeing how much smoothly this might go for me if I shuffle your cards in advance and jump right into each section. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I feel like I've built up enough trust at this point for you to know that I'm not just like plucking random cards to make a reading. That's the other part of why I used to let you see me shuffle, so you know I'm not like making anything up. But I think we have enough trust at this point. I think we're there. I would like to believe so anyway. And that is what I'm going to be doing. So with that being said, I want us to be able to kind of just get a moment of grounding, and we will do that in a moment. Just so you can still set your intentions for each section, all right? So if you don't know what we're gonna get into, we're going to get into your monthly forecast overall, where we're looking at the month of May in advance, right? And what to expect and how it's gonna go for you. And then we're gonna look into your love life, love and relationships, what to expect, the unexpected theme of the month. And then we're going to do that same exact spread for your career and finances, what to expect, the unexpected theme of the month. I'm generally do pull the oracle card. I think we're going to work with spirit animal this month, so we'll get a spirit animal card. I usually like to pick them at the beginning. I'll read them at the end to give us a really good rounded out feeling of what May will bring for you. But before I get into our little grounding session, I want to personally thank my light keepers. If you're watching this in May, that means you. And so you should probably see the list of names and contributors here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and supporting this channel. This list is growing, and I really, really, really am so grateful for your engagement. And I look forward to the day where this list is a little bit too long, that it's a little bit too cumbersome to put all the names. Or maybe that I'll have to do like credits, like it's like a video. Well, we look forward to and manifest that, right? Thank you so much. If you're not a light keeper, but you'd like to be, the link should be in the description below so that you can get my monthly forecasts when they come out and not watch them after the month has already passed, because I make them available to the public after the month has already finished. So it's great to watch in hindsight, but if you want to get the information when it happens, go ahead and become a light keeper. If you happen to be watching this on mobile, YouTube does not have a join button, I don't believe, on my page. So that's why I put it in the description below, because it's not really easy to find how to join if you're on mobile. It's easier to find if you're on desktop, not so easy if you're on mobile, but I've tried to make it really easy for you, so it's simple. Okay, with that being said, grab your journal, okay? Get a journal, okay? I've got one here. One of my journals are here, by the way. If you don't know, one of my journals are here that you can get on Amazon. My words have power. That's really good. And I have another one that I think I gifted to a client, Incantations of a Creatrix. That one is a line journal as well. And then, of course, my Moon Manifestations journal is there as well. So check those out. But grab a journal. And before we get into this reading, let's go ahead and set an intention of what you are expecting, calling in, manifesting for the month of May. So I want you to just take a couple seconds to do that. Feel free to pause this video. So that way you know what your goal is. You're setting an intention in advance of hearing this reading, so that when you're listening to how to be guided for your specific manifestations and intentions. Does that make sense? So that way you take a little bit control over this collective reading. Does that make sense? So you can easily discern what's for you and what's not, okay? It's really, really important for me as a tarot reader to really enforce that you have free will. The information that myself or other people put out there, it's to help you, but you're ultimately the one that's in control. I do this for my own reading. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck that's about. And I move on, and sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. I think for one of my readings recently, I got the Tower, and I'm just like, great. I don't know what that is, but whatever. And it could be something really small or not. I don't know, but I'm not going to let it stress me. It could just be like a small change that I'm not expecting, right? So take some control. Take a deep breath. Release it. Amazing. Let's do one more. Feel free to pause the video here, and when you're ready, come back and I'll have your cards shuffled for your monthly forecast. Okay, Aquarius. Hi. I see this as a I don't want to say a challenging month, because it's not going to, it could be challenging. I don't really see it more as a challenging month as much as I see it as a mildly irritating but successful month. If that makes sense. So current self at the beginning of May, we've got the Seven of Wands here. The Seven of Wands is about maintaining control. You're trying to keep it all together. You're just trying to make sure that you can kind of keep things from falling apart in whatever area of your life may be needing patching up, right? The Seven of Wands is about boundaries. Maybe you're keeping people away from you. You're trying to just maintain your control right now, maintain your composure as well. And I'm sorry, I was like, do I want to lift this camera? I don't know. I think it's okay. And this card usually comes up when things are kind of like, I'm trying to decide if frustrating is the right word, because as you can see, there's like a fire going on behind him, but he's maintaining control. It's when there's a lot going on and everything could easily fall apart, but you're trying to keep it together, and you do, you know, that's the kind of thing. You're really controlling who and what has access to you right now, because you know you can't afford to slip, right? Theme of the month is Page of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's also about being creative, self-expression. It is about freedom and exploring to see what's out there. So it seems to me, especially because your major accomplishment is the Fool, which I will get to, which is new beginnings. I feel this month is about you wanting to find creative ways for you to have a new experience. I think you're realizing something's not working. Like, you can maintain control how things are, but you're realizing that this isn't sustainable. Whatever this is, whether it's your family dynamic, whether it's your work life, whatever, something's not working. So you're trying to figure out and explore other ways that you can make it work. That's what it feels like to me. Key goal to pursue is Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this would be abundance, wealth, a stroke of luck, a stroke of fate, when things are going up for you, when you're kind of back on top of the karmic wheel, if you will. Now, with this being in the position of key goal to pursue, I very much see this as something coming to you that you don't need to avoid. Let me rephrase that. So some opportunity coming to you that you need to be careful not to miss. I guess that's a better way of putting it, which is why you need to pursue this Wheel of Fortune. There's an avenue being presented to you. It's almost like I'm seeing like Harry Potter and the stairs. And like, you know how the stairs move? Maybe you don't know. In Harry Potter, the staircases in Hogwarts famously move. So you really got to know your way around the castle, because at any point the stairs could change. And I feel like right now your staircase is changing, and you are being presented with a new option that will lead you somewhere to maybe you didn't want to go, but is better than where you were going to go, if that makes sense. So be open to where the staircase is moving to. Okay. All right. So we have obstacle to overcome is the Strength. This could be Leo energy, in case a Leo is important in your life. But the energy of the card is also just somebody who is trying to persevere and trying to get through a difficult situation, especially physically or emotionally, something that's very taxing on you, your body, your mental health. I'll come back and clarify this. Major accomplishment for you is the Fool, which is major accomplishment, representing a new beginning. Sorry, Sasha's walking around if you guys hear her. She better not spend 5 minutes drinking water again. Sometimes she does. I'm like, girl, you was dehydrated this whole time. The Fool is new beginnings, a fresh start, a new journey. So I want to clarify this as well to see where this new beginning will be for you by the end of May. What to avoid is the Two of Cups. This could be a partnership, a union, a contract. Their spirit is trying to warn you here about somebody to not work with or not continue a relationship with, to not go down a path with. Yes, this could be your higher self, but I don't think that's the case here in this position. If you're partnered, this could be a message to kind of give your partner space. And I'm saying that because right next to it is the Ace of Cups as far as what to embrace. Ace of Cups represents new feelings, new emotions, and it really would align with a new beginning, a new connection oftentimes, especially if you're dating. This to me would signify, okay, like there's one connection you need to leave behind, but perhaps a new door is opening with somebody else. Like I said, we'll see what happens in your love and relationships reading, but the Two of Cups may not necessarily relate to your partner, or your husband or your spouse or your wife. If you are partnered, it could be in relationship to a business partner. Like maybe you need to avoid bringing somebody into a business relationship or something like that. We'll see what happens in the rest of your reading. Where to find support is the Emperor. This could be an Aries in your life. A lot of fire sign energy in your reading. So maybe fire signs will be helpful to you this month. Aries here, but the Emperor also represents somebody who is very authoritative, somebody who is a father figure. Maybe to you, quite literally, maybe you are a father, or maybe you are gaining support from the father of your children. That is a strong message here. It's also somebody separate from fatherhood, somebody who is able to take command, take control of a situation. They know what they want and they get it done. They don't really go back and forth with a lot of people. This is very like boss energy. This is not, this is not somebody who really takes no for an answer. You know what I mean? So there's somebody who is confident and assured and has resources that can help you. So I would embrace that person this month. And then lastly, we have the Devil as far as advice and encouragement, which does represent Capricorn energy in case a Capricorn is important in your life. But the Devil is also about work and a work life, because it's often associated with Capricorns who tend to work really hard. I also associate it with work because the Devil card is about willing attachments. And a work contract is a willing attachment you make. You agree to show up, to work a certain amount of hours, or do certain tasks to receive pay or whatever you receive back for compensation. So it's a willing agreement that you or your employer can exit at any time, right? It's a mutual binding agreement. So that's why myself and a lot of other tarot readers connect it to work. It's also connected to pleasure, right? This could be a very pleasurable month for you, whether physically or whether just to your senses. Maybe you're going you're indulging a lot of times with the Devil. You're indulging in drugs, sex, weed, alcohol, shopping, gambling, all those sorts of things that could easily go too far. But we'll clarify this as well to really see what the message is. This could also be a message for some of you if you're looking to change jobs. This for me feels like confirmation that you would find a new job or find a new place or a new position at your workplace. Like maybe the Two of Cups is like avoid staying with somebody you've been working with for a while and choose a new adventure kind of thing. So let's clarify some of this. Your back of the deck energy is your card, which is the Star, which does represent Aquarius. So I think even at the end of April, you were just really leaning into hope and faith regarding a situation, hoping something comes together. All right, clarify, please. I don't know that I need to clarify the Page of Wands. Clarify Wheel of Fortune, please. And the Lovers, key goal to pursue here. This is really interesting because here the Lovers is coming up, but Two of Cups was here as what to avoid. So definitely a lot of things that need to be clarified in your career and finance and love and relationships. Let's see if we can get another tarot card to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. the Emperor again, and Justice. There is somebody who's making an important decision on you or for you or about you. The Emperor, again, decision maker here, Aries energy, and then Justice here, which is Libra energy. There's some contract. There's some, I think there is some partnership being formed or some agreement being formed. The Lovers can represent contracts, okay? It may not be about a specific person, but sometimes it can represent contracts between two people, two groups. So you need to pursue a balance, apparently, with the Justice, something that you feel like you deserve or something that is right. But I really see it because they came out together. I see this as somebody making a decision on, for, or about you that is beneficial to you. I don't feel that I need to clarify the Strength card. I think, especially given, if you haven't already watched your forecast for April, I could already tell that you were overworked in April. So I don't need to clarify that. You know that you ran your ass ragged last month, okay? Let's clarify the new beginning. What new beginning are you experiencing by the end of? We've got house, okay? Maybe a new building. You're looking at a new building. Maybe looking into moving, maybe looking into some real estate property. There's some building that is significant here. Maybe you want to make new changes to your home. The hard work card is coming out. There's some new physical property, the change in physical property, a new experience at a new physical address. So this is why I said it could be a new place of work, a new building that you're going to work at. This could be a change that you make within your workplace. Let's see what comes out of tarot. Please clarify the Fool, major accomplishment for Aquarius. The Two of Cups again. Heavy emphasis on partnership this month, guys. I'm very, very interested to see what comes up in your career and finances and your love and relationships reading, because there's a connection that's very significant here this month. There seems to be some union or partnership that's very important, but I'm trying to understand why Spirit is trying to tell you to avoid a certain partnership. So okay, so we've got the World and Three of Cups. This is a really random message. You could have somebody coming to stay with you who lives far away. Three of Cups is friendships, partnerships, community. The World is about major accomplishments, chapters closing, but sometimes it also represents like someone like literally international, somebody who lived far. That message is coming through, like somebody's coming to like crash on your couch for a while who is traveling, or maybe you're going to go travel and couch surf. I don't know. There's some connection, very important. Somebody is making a physical change. Maybe even picking up their bags and leaving. I don't know in what context, but that's happening. Sasha, I don't know what you want from me right now, babe. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. What do you want from me right now? You don't usually do this. What's wrong? Are you okay? What's up? You need to do something more than stare at me. Josh, I'm not feeding you snacks. I gave you some snacks earlier today. I'm not giving you no snacks. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Please. Girl. I can't deal with you right now, Sasha. I don't know what you want. You need to work on your vocal cords. Okay. Okay. Let's look in to see what comes up for this Two of Cups. Why is this here for what to avoid? I wonder if I'm going to get something like the Ten of Swords or the Three of Swords, like maybe the messages that you need to avoid breaking up with somebody. Yeah. We've got Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So maybe this is like clarifying, hey, don't look for something new, like what you, and this Eight of Swords is about being in your head. I'm not sure. I'm really hesitant to speak too much on this until we get into your love and relationship reading or career reading. Because the Two of Wands is about planning for the future. The Eight of Swords is about being in your head and feeling like a victim. So in this case of like what to avoid, it could be to avoid making plans with someone. But it also could be to avoid leaving this person behind. So I really don't know. Clarify this Ace of Cups, please. We've got the Three of Wands and Judgment. There is ascension happening. One thing is for sure, Aquarius, there is an awakening, a judgment, a make or break moment, and a leveling up happening. That is for sure happening this month. And that's what you need to pursue. You need to pursue a leveling up. What's happening with one of the connections in your life is unclear. I wanted to clarify the Capricorn. Please clarify the Devil. The Two of Swords and Eight of Cups flipped out, but I barely really got a shuffle. So please clarify the Devil for Aquarius. Okay, so we got Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune again, Empress, Knight of Swords. You're birthing something new. The Wheel of Fortune is here again. The Knight of Swords indicates you're going to be moving very quickly on something, very dedicated, very hardworking, very happy. I think you're going to pursue something new. This feels like pursuing either a new creative project or pursuing a new business project or pursuing a new work project that is something exciting to you that you're creating that is going to be moving fast. This partnership, though, is a big question mark. All right, so I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to clear all these cards, and let's move on to your love and relationships. Okay, Aquarius. All right, listen. So this might not be for everybody. I'm going to really go ahead and preface that now. This might not be for everybody. And if it's not, then I would encourage you to watch the reading for your sun, moon, or rising, or Venus, even if you're looking for your love reading maybe. Just to see if one of those messages might resonate a little bit more with what you're going through. But this feels very specific because it doesn't seem like things are going well in your love life. But let's see. So what to expect, we have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands here. The Two of Pentacles represents planning, looking towards the future, whereas the King of Pentacles, which is reversed here, but upright, I'm going to show you, it represents the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but it also represents security and stability, good investment, something that is long-standing. With it being reversed, I think there's something for you here, Aquarius, where you're really not sure if something or someone is worth your long-term investment. You're really thinking about the future with this person, and I don't think that you really see a lot of stability here. Maybe financially, but maybe just emotionally or just in general, energetically. Like maybe you're just like, I really don't know if the future of this person is it. This could also be that maybe you and your partner are trying to plan for the future and maybe realizing your finances are not where you want them to be. That could be the message coming through. Realizing that you guys need to get organized financially. But I think literally that's probably every person in America right now, except probably the 1%. That's where you are, what you expect, right? The unexpected, we have the Page of Wands reversed and the Three of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to show them to you upright. The Three of Pentacles typically represents teamwork and collaboration. When it is reversed, it represents lack of teamwork and collaboration, maybe feeling like you're not getting along with your coworkers, or in this case, because this is a love reading, not really seeing eye to eye with your partner, or perhaps there is a third person in the relationship, whether romantic or platonic or family, that is affecting the relationship unexpectedly. The Page of Wands typically represents fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the need for expression, creativity, and freedom and exploration. When it's reversed, it often indicates personal transformation, personal freedom, like you're trying to see what you want. Maybe you're not really doing the work yet, but you're still trying to analyze what you want. And again, I think unexpectedly this month, you are realizing, I don't know that me and this person are gelling anymore. And you're now doing the work internally of trying to decide, are we still a match? Are we still a good connection? Do we still see things the same way? I think that's kind of really the self-work that you're doing this month. If you're already dating and you're like trying to assess if somebody's worth being a life partner, or if you're already in a commitment, you might be wondering, are we still, on the same page? Are we still really locked in? So that's what's happening here. Theme of the month, we've got Six of Pentacles reversed. Upright Six of Pentacles typically represents balance, harmony, giving, receiving. When it's reversed, I often indicate it as receiving, but of course in a love reading, this might indicate that one person is giving more than the other and it feels imbalanced. The Hangman here is typically about changing perspective and having to look at something a different way, waiting for answers. When it's reversed, it seems like you or someone in the relationship is finally done waiting. The Five of Wands is here. Traditionally, the Five of Wands is about competition and sometimes argumentative behavior, which is why that image is being depicted here. But it's feeling like you and your person both want to be right, and that's causing a lot of problems. It's very stubborn energy here. We do have the Judgment card reversed. The Judgment is typically about awakening, ascension, leveling up, answering the call. When it is reversed, you are avoiding the nudges that you're hearing and feeling. When we have the Queen of Swords present, this does represent air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but it also represents most likely you, Aquarius, looking at this relationship with a more clear-headed and logical and perceptive angle, where if maybe previously you were wrapped up in your emotions, now you're just like, you know what, I kind of see this person and this situation for what it really is. We do have the Chariot reverse here, which does indicate to me that you are making the decision to at least temporarily pause the continuation of a relationship. The Chariot is about forward momentum and determination and willpower and looking towards the future and like moving ahead and like moving on, especially. When it is reversed, to me, this feels like, okay, a relationship is not advancing, a relationship is not moving forward. There's a pause, there's a yellow light. I often see it as a yellow light. The Oracle cards I have here are attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I'll come back to that card. And then also keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type in expectations. When I see the keep an open mind card, this message is often about maybe there being somebody in your life that you haven't considered before. But I also often see this card in love readings when Spirit is trying to say, this is not the only person that, like say you're already dating or involved with, this is not the only person that can be a true match for you. Like, open your mind up to the possibility of the one being someone else. Which, in my personal opinion, I think we have multiple ones, if that makes sense. Like, just think about it. There's like billions of people on this planet. Like, literally billions of people. I think there's probably 2 guys I could probably live with, at least. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I think about people who get divorced and remarried. Like there's multiple people that we can connect and vibe and have a life partnership with. I do think soulmate connections and twin flame connections are different. I'm still personally a little on the fence about twin flame connections, but whatever. I think there are certain people that you meet that really you do share a special bond with, but those people, in my opinion, are not always meant to be your life partners. But that's a topic for another day. The attraction card is more about like, hey, like you need to focus on what you enjoy. And by focusing on what you enjoy and the beauty in life, you attract more positive things to you. So be aware of that. I'll probably read that. I'll probably reread Keep an Open Mind. So just to summarize, Aquarius, it feels like a relationship is on the rocks. It feels like it's causing you to be very introspective, especially if you were wanting to rekindle something with somebody, it didn't come together. It's kind of making you really sit and think about yourself. So in terms of what to avoid, it does feel, remember we kept having that 2 of Cups. There does seem like there's a connection that is not coming together. And I don't think you should force it. I just think that you guys are unaligned. And maybe that's just for this month, but I'm not really worried because you're doing the work to figure out whether or not this is just temporary or like if you need to move on altogether, right? All right, let's look at keep an open mind. Ooh, where'd my booklet go? All right, the romance angel sent you this card as a reminder to stay open to the possibility of your soulmate appearing in a form that may differ from what you expect. This is especially true if you tend to date a certain type of individual. You drew this card to help you discover your soulmate. This card may signal that you've already been introduced to this person but have overlooked his or her romantic potential. Take the time to get to know the various individuals you meet, even if there isn't an initial attraction. At the very least, you will learn more about yourself and may make a new friend. There is a possibility here that we might have a blast from the past situation of maybe like you starting to look at somebody differently, but I would advise you to book a session with me to get more specific. This reading in front of me feels more like somebody that you've been dealing with is not it. Is not it, and it seemed like you need to decenter them for at least the month of May. I just don't think the energy exchange is even. I think it's causing a lot of conflicts. And here's what's coming through intuitively, Aquarius. I kind of feel like what I told Virgo last month. I don't think it's you. I don't think you're the problem, to be very honest. And I'm sure we all have our things that we can work on. But to be very specific, I think this person is projecting, and maybe I'm going to be very honest. I may even be projecting right now in this moment because I know an Aquarius who like when I see his wife interact with him, I'm just kind of like, there's some issues there, you know, and he's the Aquarius. And it's not him. I mean, I don't know. You know, like I said, we all have our issues and we all have accountability, right? So maybe that relationship is coming to mind to perhaps help you. Now, do I think they're going to get divorced? No, I don't. Specifically because they have 2 little ones. So, but from what I can see and what I've observed, there are major cracks in that foundation. Okay. Do I believe that there's love there? Absolutely. So I'm kind of thinking about that relationship a little bit. And I'm just thinking like maybe you're in a similar situation of like, you're kind of trying to do life together, but like life is hard. And so my point in bringing them up, that couple, I am confident that his partner needs therapy and needs more support than she's really getting. Not necessarily from him, but help in terms of managing the little ones. But I think there's a lot of self-work that needs to happen for her to build trust to be able to do that. And I think that is affecting the connection. And I don't know if maybe that's resonating with you. I think it's hurting their marriage. Again, this is just only what I've observed from them. I'm not very close to this couple, but this is what I've observed as a light worker and as somebody who talks to people often about their relationships. I think that there's a lot of cracks there. So I'm saying that to say I don't necessarily think that you are the problem, Aquarius. You have your things that you can work on, as you know, we all do. But I don't think you are the one who is trying to ruin this relationship. I think your person or your partner is not doing the self-work that they need to do to be the best partner they can be for themselves and also for you. That is my genuine, honest, psychic interpretation. And I said, and I prefaced this at the beginning of this reading, I don't think this is for everybody. If it resonates with you, amazing. If not, go check out what I said for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, okay? All right, Aquarius, I wanted to be able to record your career cards, but I'm not going to be able to get to it because it's Easter and I've got to get on the road. So I'm going to stop here. You'll probably see me in a different outfit for your career reading, but that's okay. So I'm going to come back to this, and I also still have to pick, let's do it now. I'll pick your jumper because I didn't do it yet. I didn't pick your jumper for the month of May. I've actually forgot to do it for Pisces and Leo as well. I'm going a little off script this month. Not off script, but I'm kind of doing things in a different order. So let's pick your jumper now so that when I come back to this reading, we already have it picked for the energy of this reading. For the month of May, what do you have for Aquarius? What guidance and wisdom? We're using spirit animal. Okay, 2 came out. I don't know which 2, but let's keep it let's let it remain a mystery. Okay, we'll come back to this. It'll not feel like any time has passed for you, but I will come back to this. I love you so much. I'll take my notes of what I've recorded in the meantime. Bye, Aquarius. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, Aquarius. First, I would like to apologize for a couple of things because I'm recording this without my mic, and I also need to lift you up just a smidge. I'm recording this without my mic so that my phone can charge. And Sash, go to your bed. Ma'am, go to your bed. I'm recording now. Thank you. Bed. I gave her some snacks and now she's looking for more treats. Girl, we already did that. I would like to apologize because I don't have my mic plugged in, but that's so that my phone can charge, because I want to create more content after finishing your reading. So I just kind of had to, pick my battles there. So I'm sure you can still hear me, but there probably is a little bit of echo, so I'm sorry. I started to record your reading on Easter Sunday. It is now Tuesday, so there's been a little bit of time in between your reading. And I wonder if that is symbolic. I don't know, like maybe you needing... I do think it is, because your first card out is the 4 of Swords, which is about rest and recovery, which I'll get to, but whatever. I think there's a need for you to kind of have to put something down and come back to it this month. There still really is an emphasis on a partnership this month that is significant here. Yeah, so not that you felt any time difference, but it's been like 2 days since I worked on your reading, but I've got your career cards in front of me. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So 4 of Swords is about rest, recovery, taking a break, taking a beat, needing some time to kind of reset. Usually comes after the 3 of Swords, and it's here with the Hermit. You are going to be feeling a real strong need to regroup and recenter this month. I'm just looking at the notes that I did take for your monthly forecast and your love reading. There's a message of you needing to regroup, really regroup this month. Really trying to figure out, okay, am I still aligned with this? And I think kind of the feelings that you're feeling about your love and relationships are feelings that you're also feeling in your career and finances, to be honest. I don't think you're where you want to be, Aquarius. I really don't. And I think you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I get to where I want to go? Because I recognize that I'm not happy, but I need to make a shift. I need to make a change. The unexpected is the Ace of Wands, which is new inspiration, a spark, new passion, new inspiration, new creativity, new excitement here, and it's upright. Next to the Justice card, which does represent the sign of Libra. So maybe there is an unexpected connection with a Libra this month, professionally in your life. Sure, could this be romantic? Perhaps. And maybe it's contributing to your finances, but that's a reach, in my opinion. But when I see this, the Ace of Wands next to the Justice, it's like there is a new idea that you're going to be having this month related to maybe how you organize yourself professionally, administratively, because the Justice card represents legal systems and contracts and getting what's fair and getting what you deserve. So I almost see this as you having an aha moment around like I said, contracts. So imagine getting the idea to negotiate. I'm feeling I'm picking up on negotiations. Maybe you're negotiating for something new in your work life. Maybe you're negotiating something new in your business with your clients. You're just getting an idea to do something differently, but I think it's going to work out for you. So an example would be, this is really, again, a reach, but that's a far reach, but I'm going to use it anyway. So I had an event last month where the client did not tell me until afterwards that I would not, this is after she's already signed the contract. She didn't tell me that I would be standing the whole time, and then, which was just a 2-hour event, but still, what she didn't know is that I had to go to work that day, which isn't her business, but still, she should have told me that. So I would have already been on my feet for 8 hours a day, and I'm not 24 anymore, guys. That's a lot. and that she told me I couldn't bring my setup, that I just needed to bring just my cards, and then I needed to work with their cards. And I'm like, girl, how you gonna tell me all this after you signed the contract? I was so mad. And I asked repeatedly for her to, like, you know, hey, do you want to talk? Do you want to, like, make sure we're on the same page? And she declined. I really didn't like that. And you know, my fucking Leo ass really did email people above her and let her know I didn't like how I was treated, because she wasn't rude or disrespectful, but I felt like she was communicating with me as if I was catering staff, and I didn't like that. Anyway, and also the event ended up being probably one of the easiest events I've ever worked, and I got paid very well to do it. So I felt ridiculous afterwards, but still it was the whole communication that really bothered me, or lack thereof. But it was a lesson for me. I was like, okay, you know what? Going forward, when I make contracts for my clients at events, I'm going to make sure that there is a space about my setup and a space about, you know, me being able to sit comfortably or whatever, because there needs to not be any surprises. And even at that event, the customer, because it was at a retail event, they offered me a chair. So it was just ridiculous. Like, they offered me a chair anyway, but I was just so worked up. My point in saying that is that you might get an idea to do something differently related to administration, or getting what's fair, getting what you deserve. Justice is about legalities, the legal system, again, getting what's fair, getting what you deserve. Karma as well. There could be some connection with a Libra. But it also might be an idea to handle something legally, take care of something legally, I don't know. Theme of the month is King of Swords. That's your era energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Here, King of Swords. So I do feel like you're very cerebral this month. You are getting out of your head with the Eight of Swords reverse. You might have previously felt like a victim, felt like you were all in your head, felt like you were stressed, but you're coming out of that. You are receiving help. I want to take this time to address one of the oracle cards, angelic help. You are receiving financial assistance. I do think you'll need it. I do think you'll need it this month, Aquarius. The Six of Pentacles is typically about giving and receiving. When I see it reversed, I see it as receiving. And angelic help. This is a time to trust in the universe and know you will be provided for. There is a career or blessing lining up for you, so stay positive and believe. Pay attention to the signs your angels are send you during this time. So know that you will have angelic support. You also did get the Windfall card, which I always love to see. It's like my favorite card in this tarot deck or oracle deck. You're about to receive a windfall of money or pay raise. Money is currently in a positive cycle. This is a great time to treat yourself or make that big purchase. Man, my viewers don't need to hear my voice echoing and your nails. Thank you. Like, I can't think straight. It's like her nails on the hardwood. I'm talking, it's echoing. Oh my God. But you know what? Praise for space. We always try to find the gratitude, right? Two of Cups is reversed here, Aquarius. So again, another confirmation that there's some connection that really needs attention this month. The Two of Cups is about partnerships and working together. So when you see this in a financial reading, there's some union or partnership that is not working out. I'm feeling like you want out, Aquarius. Four of Pentacles. You want out of a partnership or a deal. You want to cash in your chips and leave. And you're trying to figure out how to be strategic about it with the Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords is about strategy. When it's reversed, it's also about deception as well. When it's reversed, it's about information coming to light. Maybe that's why, you're looking at your options, maybe legally. There's something that you want out of. I think you want out of maybe an investment, maybe something that's bleeding you financially, maybe something you no longer have energy for. There's something that you want out of so you can just kind of cash in your chips and move the fuck on. And especially because I think you need the money. I don't know what's going on, but you need the money. So let's address two of the other cards here. We have settling and setbacks. Now, when I see the setbacks card, I think you've already experienced these setbacks. Your attempts to increase your income have been largely unsuccessful. This financial setback is forcing you to get more organized with your finances. Don't lose hope. Use this time to learn from your mistakes. And then settling, okay? Maybe you're recognizing you're settling in some areas of your life. Perhaps it's time to ask yourself if you're getting paid what you're worth. Don't settle for a dead-end job where you don't see any opportunity for growth, unless it's a means to an ends right now. I'm just adding that in.
Though your money is stable, you are not making enough to keep you happy. So I think you know you don't like your situation this month, Aquarius. I think you know. You're starting out the month of May knowing this is not it. I need to figure it the fuck out. But I do think you're doing the work to figure that out. I do think it's happening for you. But there's some partnership that you may either need to fix or detach from. I personally feel like you're detaching from. Maybe you're not getting what you need from this partnership anymore. And maybe that's another reason why you want out. You're either needing to fix this partnership, address it, or you're getting out. I don't have the 10 of Swords. I don't have the 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Death card. So there's not a confirmation that some partnership is ending, but I'm just feeling intuitively that you want out of some partnership. Do I think you'll be okay if you leave? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, this is a good time to let's look at your Oracle message. Now, I picked these on Sunday. I don't know what they are. And we got 2. So let's see what's on top. Porcupine Spirit, reverse, time for a beginner's mind. That's very interesting. I think I literally wrote in my notes for you, you're being called to embrace a new beginning of some sort, a new journey. Okay. And then also Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace, I think is the message. Yeah, okay. Where's the booklet? It's up here. Okay. Porcupine Spirit definitely feels correct for your reading. Now we're looking at the message reverse. Did I show it to you upright? You got it reversed, but I just want to make sure I showed it to you upright. Okay. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately, assuming you will be hurt before you have seen any sign that such a reaction is called for? Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and weary when you are meant to be open and curious. Self-protection is a good thing, but you may be protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead will bring you abundance, happiness, and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing a porcupine to float in water. Now is a time to let innocent nature keep you buoyant. That's really interesting too, because I wonder as well if there's a connection you're avoiding, Aquarius, because you're like, no, I'm going to stay closed off. I want to do things for myself. I don't want to attach. I wonder if there's a partnership that could be helpful to you that you're reluctant to engage in. I don't know. Everyone's situation is going to be different, so I really try to be careful to interpret this for a lot of different scenarios. Let's look at Turkey Spirit. 61. Okay. Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. For the turkey represents generosity and a celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive. For the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others. Whether you give money, loving guidance, the gift of listening, or kindness in any form. Immune yourself in the flow of generous abundance, being a channel for Turkey Spirit and the desire of Spirit to see all beings experience the blessing of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that Spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. Yeah. Aquarius, this month just feels like you're in limbo. You're in limbo. You're in a space of knowing you're not where you want to be. I think you're being met with a lot of frustration, delays, and obstacles, and you're really having to reassess the importance and significance of some partnerships, maybe plural, partnership or partnerships in your life. You're going to figure it out. You're going to be okay. You're going to have the support that you need, but it is going to be uncomfortable from where I stand. I hope this is helpful. Drop some comments below, and not to scare you. Oh, it's gonna suck. Have a great month. I don't mean to scare you. Let this wash over you. Let this month come as it does. Go about your normal life as you normally do. Manifest as you normally do. Take inspired action as you normally do, and just see how this energy plays out. For example, I didn't think when I did my personal forecast for like the rest of April, because I never got to do my monthly forecast, my major accomplishment was Ace of Wands, and I was just like, I don't know what that is, whatever. And we still have a week left in this month, so maybe it could be something completely unrelated to what I'm thinking. But yesterday I took not the whole day, but some time to plan out my social media content specifically for YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay, now I understand the Ace of Wands, of that inspired action, that new ideas of like, how can I do something differently? So you never know. My point is, let these readings wash over you, but you never really know how it all comes together. So just do what you're going to do anyway. And then as you live your life, the guidance will make more sense. Okay. I really hope this is helpful to you. Again, drop some comments below. I look forward to reading your messages, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.